Seriously, you're gonna act like that now? Shut the fuck up. I got reasons. Now listen. I guess real Nerf Dean Ambrose. Heel turn Ambrose. Can't wait for the figure. Look, you're gonna tell me where that stupid old man is right now. You mean you're dead? Ugh, that's my leg. Yeah, that is. I know he's doing a thing with Maestro. Where is the other Hulk? I can help with that. Who the hell's... Oh, you. Your security and your Earth is crap, Laura. I thought you would know better than that. Oh, wait, we're doing that a bit from Halloween 2018? Yeah, so that basically means... Spoilers, yeah, got it. Welcome to the second part of my ex... You were gonna say husband out. And normally Batman in any universe is still a depressing mess. Yeah, I can't kill guys for my life, but I could definitely psychoanalyze your Earth. No, you can't? Yeah, I can. Anyway, so I guess my side of the fence first before we get to it. I'm not gonna lie, like my ex just said in the non-spoilers review, this is actually a really good movie regardless, and despite some of the shortcomings we will obviously have a deep dive into, it's actually not bad regardless. So, another couple of things, I absolutely love Jamie Lee Curtis coming back, and the marketing campaign around it, like when she was doing, obviously, the Entertainment Weekly photos and stuff like that, even down to James Corden's, I guess, making a murder parody, seriously, cards of that. That was kind of hilarious. Yeah, it's honestly a good movie regardless of some of the shortcomings. Like, oh, I don't know, the kills, her character is, I guess, Sarah Connoring. I know my ex said it was all about, like, John Connoring, and he'll get to that more or less in the spoiler section. So with that said, any of you know where my old man Logan is? Anyone? Where is he? You know, when I started doing these reviews, I never thought to myself, you know what, someday I'm just gonna have a pile of bodies around me, incapacitated or otherwise. And, you know, Laura, there are days where I'm actually happy we're not a thing anymore. Likewise. So, what did you think of spoilers-wise? I'm gonna need a couple of minutes, hang on a sec. Well, while he's adjusting his figure. Yeah, Michael's new getup is actually pretty cool. I didn't know if I went that much deep into it in the non-spoilers, but, I think also spoilers-wise, as I stated with the John Carpenter score, it is, without a doubt, a original score of its own, down to its one tracking shot, which is an amazing one tracking shot, and there was a lot, leaving on the table. I guess now going to the spoilers, he did, indiscriminately kill, I don't know if I said this, but he did definitely kill a kid. How they set it up and this is during Act 1 when he was escaping from, the mental institution, that the kid actually rather wanted to dance instead of, I guess, be a hunter, and honestly, who hunts at 3 in the morning? I mean, it's not really much of a creature habit kind of thing. I don't know, Logan might, well, yeah, because in case also, if anyone's wondering, since the, Marvel Legends X-23 review, we are still listening into, I think, episode 8 of the Long Night Wolverine podcast. I might make a full spoilers review with hopefully somebody voicing Laura, because honestly, I just got a frog in my voice hanging out with my friends the other day, watching this week's NXT and other stuff. So, wrestling aside, not gonna get into Crown Jewel in case anyone wanted my quick thoughts on that pay-per-view. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, like Laura said, let's get to, I guess, obviously kills right out of the bat. Michael's still propping them up in, like, hilarious manner, and, be happy in case you guys have a, you know, gore phobia or any of those, if any of the kills are not to your liking. This is one of those times where I'm saying, you know what, I'm kind of happy I have a blurry camera right now. But, yeah, the kills are actually really not bad. They're very clever designs as usual. Speaking of the, killing a kid first, it was, I think, an homage to, like, some of the chokes he did in the original movie. Again, I'm not gonna go in detail with every single kill. I'm not the kill count or horror guru. For those who saw the non-spoilers review, I was blanking on his name. Apologies there. Deckershire also did a review of it too. It's more or less, I think, like his rant slash vlog coming after the Predator, but not in like a negative way. He was actually more mixed like everyone else, which is where I kind of want to get into why everyone's mixed. I thoroughly believe that it's probably the second act because Judy Greer's Karen, like I said in the non-spoilers, went out of her way to look and present herself as somebody who would clearly die first in a horror movie, no pun intended, and no love lost with her. My chicks aside, sorry for that, creature of habit stuff. Even her husband is another. This movie is also littered with character actors, so unfortunately, to those people and those actors, my apologies, and your names will be in the description below with the IMDb, probably with the cast for the, I guess the IMDb for the movie in general. So my bad in advance. You can tell it was part a Michael story and a Laurie story because it really showed like 40 years definitely has changed in Laurie's eyes, and yet she was still focused to basically do what she wanted. Also, unfortunately, I have to call BS when there is. Judy Greer's Karen went out of her way of going deadpan like this, like, this is what happened to me when I was a child, blah blah blah. It was like a lazily done info dump with montage stuff. Like, seriously, if Logan ever trained her, it would have been more or less that, but better. Oh, thanks for the vote of confidence. I try. Quick thoughts on that whole montage. Yeah, it was weird, stilted, and I guess kid body doubles because I assume they kind of sort of couldn't do every single thing like Muay Thai stuff. Learning to hunt was obviously going to be a key factor, and somehow, some way, if this was Fortnite, she got the Victory Royale. We don't play Fortnite here. Oh, winner chicken dinner. She got the hero moment, basically. This was right around the third act when everyone was in Laurie's fortress of a house, because seriously, it's something out of... what are you playing nowadays? Rainbow Six. Yeah, it's definitely Siege. Like, she made like her own reinforced doors. The whole third act was basically role reversal for both herself and Michael. Like, Michael was definitely the victim in that whole last 30 minutes. It was really not really exciting. It was exciting, and in a lot of ways, like, it could still like go sideways. Like, apparently when she was building the house, yeah, most of the stuff she built trap-wise was man-made and not built in at all. Like, you can tell she over-prepped it, she overly reinforced it. It's basically a Weapon X facility if it was rusted down and was still limping the next 4.5 decades. I know my compound security. Yeah, and that's kind of creepy. Speaking of creep factor, there is a lot on Michael's end to pretty much prove that he is still the OG of creeping out people at the worst times. Like, again, for most of the kills, like I said, there's not a whole lot to go by. There's, the cops that get their asses handed. There's his new therapist, the new Loomis. There was a huge twist there. I left for two reasons. First off, thank you, Handy. That they have a new cop character who wasn't like the son or grandson of Sheriff Brackett, which actually would tie the story a little bit better. But nah, it turns out it was another cop who was the deputy during the '78 massacre. Played by, I think, a Punisher character actor. I'll put his name in the IMDb below because I actually like his work outside of this and, like, the few movies I've seen him in, so my apologies to that guy. And, he basically wanted to rush to a Ben Trimmer moment, which is, like, basically run over Michael right now if you ever see him and just end the movie right there. And then, surprise, fourth act, kind of, I guess, revealed that the Doctor was one of the few conspiracy theories we have on the movie, like how did Michael escape from the bus crash. Some say it was believed to have been Laurie because she might have shot out the tires and wanted to let him escape so she can kill him. But what me and Retro are going by, and I think a few sections of the internet and I think Reddit, yeah, we believe that it's going to be the Doctor who did it because he never studied Michael in the wild, unlike Loomis, who studied him when the massacre was happening, if you all want to put the other timelines in there, Wayne was murdering other, people. But in case you also haven't noticed, this movie also went out of its way to say this is a completely new Halloween 2. This is not related to the Thorn trilogy. This is not related to Buster Rhymes beating his ass in Trick or Treat, mother, F word and all. Card to that scene, seriously, is hands down the jump sharkiest moment, but it's still worth watching around this time of year. Just to get a quick laugh. Yeah, there's a lot sporadic stuff from here on out in the spoilers, so yeah, we'll go back to focusing on Judy Greer's hero moment, because, again, she subverted a lot of my expectations and got the win by using her childhood rifle in a trapdoor specifically designed to keep people out from Michael's reach when he was in the house. There was another reason why it was there, and she slowly did the same character exposition thing. It's not a case. It was still slowly done, and I can see the mixed reception there. I guess before we finish this up, Act 2 was mostly where all the teen kills were. There was all the babysitters were getting killed, where the pothead got killed, and I think where everyone was divided on the comment that I was trying to explain the non-spoilers was, I think one of the kids saying, "Screw this shit, I'm out," kind of thing. And everyone thought, okay, this is a shocking moment, but it was actually more comedy, and, well, anyone who's seen the Halloween franchise and seen all the tropes of why can't you just leave the house in general kind of happened, and if you're Scream fans, there's a door, because, again, I'm not going to go in depth with that series probably next Halloween, if, you like and sub to this video, so. I guess, final thoughts, I guess, I didn't do a full rating for the non-spoilers review. For the non-spoilers, if you had to go see it right now, 6 out of 10, it's pretty much a rent, but in the best kind of way. Like, if you want to rate it out for Netflix, it's not that big a deal. If you're not a huge, horror movie fan and you get scared a little easily, again, you can wait it out till Netflix, and that would be just fine. But if you are here for the spoilers and you're here regardless, 7 out of 10, mainly because, despite some of the mixed opinions, and I think your movie sucks, Adam gave it like a 4 or 3, because it's still disappointing on some areas. If you're a hardcore fan, it was like, well, can you still do this, this? They did callback kills to it, but they didn't really like imply it was from those timelines, so I can see his side of the fence. But for me, being my first Halloween movie in theaters in general, also please keep in mind, like I said in the non-spoilers review, I didn't come around here when the Rob Zombie movies were a thing, so if I saw those in theaters and I had to do it for the channel, I guess a 2.5 for the first Halloween remake, and I guess a 0.5 because that sequel following up was just a mess. It basically was creative control at its worst, and honestly, I am a Rob Zombie fan. I do love his music. I don't personally have any of his albums. I don't personally go to any of his concerts, mainly because he's a shitty director, and he's better known for the Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses and a lot better, original horror movies in his wheelhouse. It still would have been nice to see his voice done a little better for a better, Halloween type franchise. Honestly, I feel like, I don't know if I said this better or worse in the non-spoilers review, but I might as well, if I did, I'll reinforce it here. He was more suited for, I guess, the Friday the 13th franchise, and this is not just coming off me, this is coming off Spoonie and a lot of other people from Channel Awesome before they all bailed when they were doing vlogs to that movie. So, that having been said, spoilers-wise, for Halloween 2018, it is still getting a 7 out of 10. Like I said, those factors require being better than the remake. That was the first step, and that won successfully. I can see the mixed results of, a lot of hand-waving back kind of moments, like when I was bitching and moaning about the Dexter series, Court to that as well. I could also see those kinds of criticisms, but if this was just there, let's just get the references out of the way so we can have an original sequel going forward, because let's be honest here, as I stated in the non-spoilers review, this movie will definitely make a lot of money coming up with the actual, Halloween coming up this next Wednesday, so it's going to make a lot of money, and the thing with this franchise, you have to follow the money, mainly because if it succeeds and fails with every expectation whatsoever, should this get a sequel, then I understand. Another thing I forgot to mention, spoilers-wise, was, I think, Laura's granddaughter. So, again, unfortunately, that actress, much like most of the character actors here, I won't put your name, I won't talk about your real name or actress name. My apologies in advance. Her IMDb will also be in the description below, because I honestly think there's a lot of creative opportunities they were doing with that ending of her gripping the knife after they burned down Michael's house in the most spectacular Halloween 2 fashion. Um, I think what a lot of other people are saying that this was basically a delayed Halloween 2. If you're following the John Carpenter timeline, this is basically what would happen if he did get caught, got a full lifetime sentence, and basically delayed doing that sequel in general. I'm not Brad, and I can't say whether or not if that also means the Ben Tramer of that movie is also still alive and has kids or whatever. It's again, that's his old white will, like a recurring joke in his reviews. So go to, I guess, to his midnight screenings to that, and if you're still here, yeah, go to my not heat up clause. Seriously, what the hell, young dad? I'm gonna call that until the other one goes. Okay, yeah, go to our clause, not heat up wise, to sub to the channel. Go to my awesome looking, not at all broken face, because I know it's blurry here. Trust me, you really don't want to see it in the actual contrast of my head sculpt. Yeah, I'm going to fix that later this week to go to the previous video, which hopefully will be the non-spoilers review of Halloween. Should you somehow make it to the end credits and mute it up until now.